Good morning. Are you frozen?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm great. How's the weather in Oklahoma?
It's groovy, man. It was like 70 degrees yesterday, and I was out for a walk and had a great conversation actually as I walked for about an hour and a half with our boy Randy Chafee, who was in Florida laying in a swimming pool drinking a glass of white wine. So, and at one point I heard him kind of flail around a little bit. I said, "You're not about to fall in, are you?" And he said, "No." He was on the floaty there, but he had one foot kicked up on the pool, like so he wouldn't float away from his glass of wine. And he started to move. He was a little. It was a tense moment. That's all I'm going to say. It was a tense.
Is he got a phone? Hold on, Eric. I got to close this deal.
Oh yeah. He was doing this. He's FaceTiming me as he had like a bag phone sitting there with him also because he's old school.
Yeah, awesome.
Awesome. So excited to be back for another week. Good morning, Ted. Ted is a new Megamind Pro guy who I met through Uncle Pete in the morning on 216 The Net, and Ted is part of our Megamind and a pretty phenomenal dude. So can't wait to get to know him a little more. So good morning. So we want to kick this off with some shots on goal.
Sure, let's go ahead and do it.
I actually kind of got three.
Okay.
You know how I roll. I just can't take one shot on goal. I got three sticks, and I'm gonna use them all. So
okay, then go.
I'll let you go first. Go ahead.
Oh well, mine is this is the first shot on goal. I've actually not written down a thing. And I thought to myself, I probably should do that, and I didn't. But there's this thing that's sticking in my head, and this is sports related,
Yes.
All right. So my ex-brother-in-law, his name was Dave, and I love him to death. And his brother was a professional golfer. All right. Now he was a scratch golfer, and if he made a career working at the Butch Harmon's Golf Academy. And he was on the bag for Chichi Rodriguez for a couple of years. And I played golf with him one time. And I've never played with someone that could hit the ball as far, as straight, all the time, consistently. Yeah. And I looked at him one time and I said, "Oh my God, how are you not on the tour? How are you not a multimillionaire?" He said, "I can play with Tiger Woods. I can play with Tiger Woods. I just can't play with Tiger Woods 4 days in a row." All right. So when I saw Tiger get a 10 on a par 3, it warmed my heart.
Tiger getting a 10 on anything makes me happy.
Right. So what I'm telling you and the guests and the guests that we're going to have and our fans is I too can play with Tiger Woods.
Just not 4 days in a row.
For one hole.
Well, I was going to say, for me, maybe just at the driving range, right? And just hitting some balls. But I saw that the other day. Tiger Woods is an interesting story that I think when we win a lot, kind of like the Patriots as an example, is when we get our first win, we're the Cinderella story and everyone loves us. And then as we win consistently, it's amazing how people hate you.
Well. And Tiger did a pretty good job of blowing up his own life. And
no doubt.
I can separate the golf and the man. A lot of people cannot. So. Right.
I guess my wife's going somewhere, but different story. I got three shots on goal. I posted this on Facebook the other day, but Amazon and Walmart have gotten rich during the pandemic. And I talked about it already this morning about shopping local. And, we need to do that earlier than ever. Small business is going to be hurting. And as winter gets here and, not to be political or not political, but this isn't political. COVID numbers are going crazy across the United States. And we're going to start seeing more and more shutdowns. And I think it's going to rear its ugly head again. And small business needs our help. Local business needs our help. And I say that from the standpoint that, you'll hear people say, well, don't buy from the big chains. And I'm going to disagree with that because the local chains, whether they're owned by a national company or it could be a local franchisee that actually owns the business and and they support their community, and they have your friends and your neighbors work at those places. And you know what? They also shell out the $500 for your kids' baseball team. So I want to say support local earlier than ever. Please, please, please. Secondly, Kyler Murray's touchdown pass yesterday, Sunday, to end the Cardinals game was just incredible. Really, the throw was pretty cool because he just kind of flicks it, right? I mean, it looks like he just flicks it, and it's a perfect catch, and DeAndre Hopkins is right there, and it was absolutely insane. And I gotta say, for all the talk about living here in Oklahoma, there's this deep love for Baker Mayfield, who I guess, he maybe started an extra year at OU, and he was here maybe a year longer. And there's all this love for Baker Mayfield, but I think it may go down in the record books that as we look back, that Kyler Murray is going to be maybe the greatest NFL quarterback to come out of Oklahoma football, which we'll see. We'll see. So
yeah, he's quite
lastly, lastly, one of my favorite things about Facebook is I love the on this day where you can see what you posted in the same days, previous years. Yeah. And I just want to give a quick shout out to my son, who a year ago today, I got to see him for his senior day, and man, what an amazing kid. Things didn't go his way as far as college football, but he suited up for 4 years in a row, and he got a college degree for free. And I just watched this kid grow so stinking much, and just so proud of him. He is an amazing young man, and he's going to do big time things. And so I just wanted to take a shot on goal to tell him I love him. Oh,
that's great. And if he's anything like his dad, I'm sure he's wonderful. And
he's way better than me, dude. Way better than me.
Oh, no, definitely better looking than you. I've seen pictures.
Oh, there's no doubt, dude. 6'5", good looking kid, super smart. But man, just so proud of him. He moved schools 3 times, still got his degree in 4 years, and graduated with like a 3.7, and just a smart kid. And so I just want to tell him I love him and I'm proud of him.
That's great. He's wonderful. Awesome. Nice shots. All right, so let's go ahead and let me tell you a little bit about our guest that I'm very excited to have on. We'll bring Carolyn in a second, but our guest today is CarolynM. Carolyn has been recently promoted to Vice President of Global Markets for a nonprofit called the Synergy of Empowered Women.
Love it.
Carolyn is getting well known internationally by reaching out to teenagers and others, other women that are starting their own enterprises through informative social media posts reaching tens of thousands of people. She's an excellent communicator. She keeps everyone united and goal-oriented on her team, from what I'm told. And although it seems complex, Carolyn is a naturally gifted, cognizant listener, expressing her true acumen, representing different schools of thought and never offending anyone's opinion. Now, she spearheaded a virtual training model prior to the pandemic, and it's a real feather in her cap. And I'd like to bring on Carolyn now so she can tell us a little bit about herself and the organization that she spearheads. Welcome to the panel.
Hi, Tim.
Good morning. Good morning.
Hey, Eric. How's it going?
Man, I'm just happy you're here.
I'm happy to be here, quite honestly. So I'm actually out in California. So for me, actually, it is 7:30 in the morning. But here with bells on. And
nice.
And yeah, so, the work that long story, how I got to where I am, as always, everybody has that, right? So 15 years ago, I got my master's degree in holistic nutrition. I became a personal trainer. I got all these fitness certifications and started my own business because I had little kids, and I went in-home personal training and nutrition coaching. And then I was driving all around town. I lived in Flagstaff. And then I opened up my own business so that everyone would just come to me. And I had my own studio. So I've had so many renditions of okay, so this is what I'm doing. And then it morphs into the next thing. And then it morphs into the next thing. And I had so many great interactions with the small business, the SBA part of the Coconino Community College. And it made me realize like how valuable help is. Like when you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're doing. So then I moved to New Hampshire, which is where I know Tim from. And then I was doing mostly corporate wellness coaching. Again, like I'm like building the plane as I fly, right? And then I moved over here to California. And that is where I really started to work with this nonprofit called Synergy of Empowered Women. And over the last 3 years, we've been building and really like honing in on what is the purpose, like what is the real story behind Synergy and how do we convey that to potential donors. So like if there's people who are watching this who have like any sort of philanthropic bone in their body, this is another like nonprofit organization that helps specifically women entrepreneurs get the resources, the coaching, basically like the support that they need in order to grow, right? So as Tim knows, but you guys don't, today is Tuesday. On Monday, this coming Monday, I get on a plane, fly to Charlotte. All my stuff will already be there. My car takes off on Friday without me. And we're actually, so now that we have a professional fundraiser for Synergy, where we've been able to like secure like a headquarters home base in Charlotte, North Carolina. And so I'm moving out there to basically like build now on like almost a grassroots level from the 5th largest city in our country. Go Panthers. And, you know, it's like, right? Something that really is going to, it does affect people on a global level because, as you mentioned, from the very beginning, like 3 or 4 years ago, the model was always virtual. The model was always like, you can run a business online. You can run a business from anywhere. You have to get the resources that you need. You have to learn the skills. You have to build your team. But you can, you know what I mean? And so prior to the pandemic, we were already saying like, virtual is the way to go. Do you want freedom? Do you want to be able to, you know, be not the star of your show, but like, do you want to be in charge of the content, you know, your everything. So that's where that came from. And we were so blessed actually to have this time come where like all the stars sort of aligned for us, you know, and it was like what we've been saying all along is now
you were pandemic ready.
Yes, we were pandemic.
Yeah, I live in the same space. We were pandemic ready. And so I just wanted to say that because there are pockets of that out there where people were already really engaged into, you know, voice and audio and using it to their advantage. And this hits and you look like a rock star.
Right. Well, everyone else is scrambling like, oh my gosh, how do I,
yeah.
You know, here it is. Figure it out.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. I wanted to ask you a question. Not so much a question, but to get your thought on this. I scoured through your Instagram. And I found this post and I thought this is so pertinent to today's time. May 6, 2015. It's a picture of you with your nails done. And you said fun nails help distract from callous palms because you've been working out. And I thought, you know, what a great analogy for somewhat social media where we post things. We may be behind that, be hiding something or we may be hurting. But I think it's okay to put on a good face sometimes and just go, look at how pretty these are. Don't worry about this. This looks good. Do you remember that day when you posted that picture?
You know, there's probably more than one of those on more than one social media outlet because that's always the thing though. You know what I mean? Like, and that's actually, you know, that silly picture, I mean, it's not silly, of the iceberg. And it's like, you just see the tip and then the bottom is like, anyhow. It's kind of like that. Like people don't see all the hard work that you put in. People don't see the hours and the training and the like blood, sweat, and tears. They can see the pretty result. Now, don't look today, but they can see the pretty result, but they don't see the work that you put in on the other side. And so, I mean, that is a good analogy for, I don't know, I feel like everything that I've always done, you know, like I'm going to show up the best that I can. I'm not going to show you behind the scenes unless it's time to do that.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, no, I kind of, and we're doing a double major here. I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wes isn't going to fire you out of here, but you know, I think social media is such a weird place because so many people want to just post all their gripes and their bitches and their complaints and all that stuff. And you know, Nobody cares about your problems. So why not put your best foot forward? And nobody cares to see all the work you put in. We look at people and go, well, they're lucky. They don't see the calluses on your hands. I saw it and I read it. I just instantly thought, wow, it was real for you at the time, but it's powerful even today in the world we live in, and probably more so than it was 5 years ago.
Yeah. And, even though like what you say is true, like we don't want to hear about all the griping and all but actually people do need to be heard. Like not so much on social media, but This has been one of my big, like passion. I don't know. I've been on my high horse about this lately, in other words. And that is that like people need you, especially in this time, like you need someone to talk to. Like my friend Michelle and I went for a hike on Sunday morning, and basically like she has hugged precisely one person since March, like human contact.
Yeah.
And we are not wired like that. Like we are wired for connection. And so it's, and then I did this other like online seminar. It was a stress management seminar I did on Saturday morning. And, the hostess of that too, she was like, I am so alone right now. Like I feel so stressed. I have anxiety. I wake up in the morning. I feel depressed. Like, and then other women who were on the call too, they were like, me too. Like, hi, me too. And so there's this big, epidemic within the pandemic of people just really feeling like isolated, and, they say stuff on social media.
But I guess to my point though, you're not going to find that hug on social media necessarily. You've got to find that within your circle of very, I've been thinking a lot lately of social media from the standpoint of we get so worked up over what somebody thinks, and I don't even have your damn phone number. Like, I don't know you. Like, I know you, and I worry about what your opinion is. So that hug, I think sometimes from a virtual standpoint can be a miss when, I do appreciate what you're saying. I just meant from the standpoint that if Tim wants to complain about the weather in New Hampshire today, I really don't care because I got my own weather. But people do need to be heard, and people are struggling, and I agree with that 1,000%. But those have got to be close relationships, like your friend, right?
And it's true. And people, it's been a big challenge, I think, for people lately to, well, within the social media atmosphere, right? Like everything you say, like every word you use has energy behind it. Like you have to be so cognizant of what you're saying, not only in your, like intimate relationships, but also online. Like you are creating your persona, and you can do it very consciously, and you can do it in a way that will benefit you or,
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you.
Tim, I'm sorry that Carolyn and I have had this.
That's okay. That's okay. I
almost forgot you were here. Did you have anything, Tim?
I'm just gonna
very polite.
Have you guys? Yeah, she's not used to that. The virtual coffee while you guys talk. I've known Carolyn for several years, and I'll tell you, I went through a tough time in my life. I don't know, about 7 years ago, and I engaged Carolyn. And we talked a couple times a month, and I know she's so motivating, and she has all this incredible knowledge that can help you, man or woman, that can at least make you start to think. And one of the things that a lot of people are getting better at, and I know that our Megamind group is way ahead of a lot of people, is video, socially, talking to the camera. And I'll tell you, my hat is off to Carolyn early on. I'm not talking about early pandemic. I'm talking like early 2012.
Dang.
You could find her with her earbuds with the old ones that had the wire at a Starbucks, just dropping some knowledge, and my hat's off to that. I do have a quick question. I too did a little, even though I've known you for a long time, I did some research, and you said, and I don't know how this will play into synergy, but you said on a podcast once that you need to make things non-negotiable in your life. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yes, I can talk about that for an hour, but I'll try to keep it to like 2 minutes. So one of the things too that I think that, people, whether we're talking about business or whether we're talking about athletes, whether we're talking about whatever, this is about prioritization. right? And people get distracted with the little stuff, and then the big stuff gets pushed to the side. So like, say, you've got a goal, whatever that is. Like you want to make the team, you want to be the best you can at any sport, in any area. You want to become the best that you can be. That has to be a priority, and your training has to become non-negotiable. Like it's part of your daily schedule, and nobody can mess with that. Like that is a non-negotiable. So I have one client of mine, and he's actually back east. He's training for triathlons, but he has a financial, advising business. And so much of the time he gets up and he's on the phone and he's checking his emails, and then all the workouts that I've programmed for him for that, then it's 6 o'clock. He's hungry. It's, you know what I mean? Yeah. So we have this conversation all the time about, like, in your day, your workout has to become non-negotiable. Like that call can wait for 20 minutes. Like that email is still going to be there in an hour. Like no one is going to die. The world isn't going to end, but we have to take care of ourselves first, right? In order to be able to serve others at a higher level. So
yeah,
when you look at your life, things have to become non-negotiable.
And that comes to nutrition as well, I would imagine, not just the workout, right?
Yeah.
I love what Carolyn just said. Take care of ourselves so we can serve at a higher level. Somebody needs to make a T-shirt out of that. So
yes,
powerful. Hey, we're gonna kick you out of here and finish up our show, and then bring you back for the OT. How can people get a hold of you?
So you can get a hold of me by emailing me if you have specific questions, or you want to have a consult on the phone. Carolyn@CarolynMall.com. That is my email. Super easy to remember. The website for the nonprofit is synergyofempoweredwomen.com. You can always drop a line into there. That comes to me as well. Oh, and when they said, Ed had written, like, she does these social media posts that reach like 10,000 people. Facebook, if we boosted a little video that I did, I was sitting in a hotel room in Washington, D.C. For $10 tip. For $10, we boosted a post for 5 days. It got over 16,000 views, and actually like 5,000 people watched it the whole way through, which is crazy.
Wow.
So that, we all like, oh, Facebook just wants to make money, and that's why we're not getting, views, but like $10, it's sometimes worth it.
Well, and I've been saying this a lot lately. If you don't like Facebook, it's just a little app on your phone. You can delete it.
Yeah.
We boosted a post, but people saw Tim too much, and we got a lot of complaints. It had negative views, is what happened.
Oh no! So I had to
pay them to watch it, right?
Yeah, we had to double up on payment to Facebook. So we're going to get you out of here, and then we'll come back to you in a little bit and record a little more, because I got more questions.
Yeah, you do. I see you guys have done your research on me. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'll see you in a minute.
Well, thank you for being on.
Thank you.
You got it.
Hey, she was awesome.
Wow, that and that's, again, to go to her. That's the tip of the iceberg with her.
Well, what was cool was, like, we're like, hey, welcome to the show, and before you know it, she just talked for 5 minutes.
She said, if I'm gonna get kicked out in 5, the whole 5 is mine.
It's gonna be all mine. Yeah. Hey, I wanted to finish up the show. I mentioned this the other day. I did a video on Facebook, and I'm going to talk about that, but then I want to talk about something that kind of goes along the same lines. Is this post going around Facebook of Mark Zuckerberg, and Facebook says, "I can no longer post the Lord's Prayer, or I'll be in Facebook jail." That is not true, people. You have a social responsibility somewhat to fact check a little bit of what you share and post. I mean, what happened to the days of don't believe everything you hear, don't believe everything you see? Like, we got people taking stuff for the gospel that's just not true, people.
Yeah, no doubt.
Along those lines, the thing I keep hearing now is, well, apparently it's illegal to have cocaine in Oregon. That is also not true. So I will tell you what that is if you're paying any attention and still watching the show. If you have and I don't know the exact amount, but under a certain amount of cocaine or heroin on your possession, it's instead of being it's now a misdemeanor as opposed to being a
felony.
Right. You get $100 fine, and you're required to go to a drug counseling And if you don't do those, you will have a warrant issued for your arrest and you will go to jail. It is not legal to have cocaine. It is just not a felony. It is now a misdemeanor. So don't use cocaine, please. Whether you're in Oregon or you're in New Hampshire or you're in Oklahoma, and don't use heroin. Those things are not good for you. But everybody running around saying, "Well, I can now have cocaine."
I'm moving to Oregon.
Even in Oregon, it is a fallacy. It is not true. Stop believing everything you hear, like your grandma used to tell you, and quit acting like just stupid Bobo the clowns when you see that stuff and you start sharing it. And if you don't like Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook, then get off the freaking app. That's all I got.
All right. So my last little end is a shout out to Wes Wyatt, who produces our show. And I want to thank him for, being not only just a really attractive guy and making it look good, but he does make us look good on this show. And if you are interested in putting on your own little live show, it will drive business. I promise you. Reach out to Wes Wyatt. You can leave a message on our penalty box page, and we'll make sure that he gets it. But I just wanted to say thank you to Wes and a little shout out to anyone who's interested in his services.
Definitely. Hey, who do we have on next week?
Joe Soto.
Joseph Vivian Soto is on next week, folks. So that should be a good show and a lot of fun. And, we'll look forward to that. There he is right there. He'll be on next week. And we've got a lot of cool guests coming up.
We certainly do.
Well,
All right.
Timmy, it's been fun, my friend. And we are going to record the OT with Carolyn and post that. Charles Coachman, thank you for watching, sir. And we will see you next Tuesday.
Look forward to it. Thanks, everyone.